Good morning, students of 9th standard. We are again back with history and political science, and today we are going to learn something about which is an important thing for us all. That when we are educated, we are getting more knowledge, and we are having lot of new ideas which come. And once we are educated, we know things how to do in a better way. Those who are uneducated are not that they do not have experience, they have experience, but they find difficulty in expressing what they have experienced. But once you are educated, you have the knowledge of different languages, and then you are able to put it in words in a better way, with a better experience. You can express yourself better due to languages and having proper knowledge of things. So something we are going to learn with education. Now when you speak about education, there are different ways of learning. Okay, there are different sections, and that is what we will learn in today's lesson of education. In this chapter, we shall review the main stages and schemes in the development of the education system in India. We shall take into consideration primary, secondary, as well as higher education, and besides research institutes in some representative areas. This will give us an idea of the educational system throughout the country. The first census of independent India in 1951 revealed the extreme complexity and interactability of the educational issues in the country. In the first census, the literacy level was 17%. It rose as shown below. Census year by year. See, 1971 literacy was 34%, 1981 it became 43%, 1991 it rose to 52%, and 2001 it became to 64%. So the literacy, many people started learning. Literacy started increasing, improving every year. Improving this percentage was a serious challenge for the government of India. Several remedial schemes were put in place to deal with it. Now, what is primary education? Primary education means up to the age of 5th standard. Okay, 5th, or you can take up to 10th standard also. It was considered as primary at that time. Okay, primary education. Primary education refers to the schooling given to the children in the 6 to 14 years age gap group. Okay, in 1988 the central government started a scheme for the spread of primary education and to improve educational standards. It is known as Operation Blackboard. Means blackboard was used, a lot of work on the blackboard. The government made funds available to help improve the standards of the schools and to fulfill minimum educational needs such as at least 2 proper classrooms, toilets, one of the 2 teachers to be female, the blackboard, maps, laboratory apparatus, a small library, a playground, sports equipment, etc. This scheme helped the primary education system to gain some momentum. At least this much things should be there in primary education so that it becomes easy to teach. In 1994, this scheme was expanded and provision was made for 1 additional classroom and for appointing 1 more teacher in schools with an enrollment of more than 100 students. With priority given to girls' schools, schools with a majority of scheduled caste and tribe students, and schools in rural areas. It was also made binding upon the state government to appoint female teachers to 50% of the posts in schools. Again in 1994, the District Primary Education Program DPEP was started with the objective of universalization of primary education. It was implemented in 7 states including Maharashtra. The plan envisaged 100% attendance in primary schools, arresting students dropout, education for girls and for the physically handicapped. It included programs such as research on and evaluation of primary education, alternative education, creating societal awareness, etc. The midday meal scheme was started in 1995 to provide proper nourishment for students. Secondary education came over there. After independence, Education Minister Maulana Abdul Kalam Azad deciding to bring about fundamental changes in the field of education. The University Education Commission was set up for this purpose. The commission recommended the appointment of a separate commission for secondary education. Accordingly, in 1952-53, the Mudaliar Commission was appointed. At that time, the pattern of education consisted of 11 plus 4 years for the first degree, or of 11 plus 1 plus 3 years. Okay, same now what is going to happen is up to 11th standard, 11th board, and then 12, 13, 14, 15, 4 years will be of that, or 11 plus 12 and then 3 years. The work of the commission. The commission studied secondary education, the nature of the curriculum, medium of instruction, teaching methodology, and made certain recommendations. This commission proposed the concept of higher secondary education. However, it was found difficult to implement it all over the country. Then came the Kothari Commission. In 1964, a commission was appointed under the chairmanship of Dr. D.S. Kothari. Dr. G.P. Nayak made valuable contributions to the work of the commission. The commission also recommended the 10 plus 2 plus 3 pattern for secondary, higher secondary, and university education. This system was implemented from 1972. Earlier was what? 11 plus 4 or 11 plus 1 plus 3. Then afterwards it became, Kothari Commission became 10th standard, then 12th standard, and then 15th standard. Again we are going back to 11 plus 4 or 11 plus 1 plus 3. This system was implemented. Okay, the commission also suggested a uniform national system of education. The inclusion of the mother tongue, Hindi and English in education, as well as continuing education, adult education, education by correspondence, and open universities to make education trickle down to the lowest rungs of society. It also recommended increased provision in the government's budget for expenditure on education of neglected sections like the scheduled caste and tribes. Maharashtra government adopted the 10 plus 2 plus 3 pattern in 1972 and conducted the first standard 10th board exam in 1975. Objectives of education according to the Kothari Commission. Objective of education: modernization of education, social and national integration, nature of social, moral, spiritual values, education and productivity, securing and strengthening of democracy. Higher education. Education in the post-independence era. After independence in 1948, the central government appointed the University Education Commission, whose chairman was Dr. Sarvapalli Radhakrishnan. Its functions included financial grants, the standard of the universities, and their coordination. Method of functioning. How was the method of functioning after the post-independence education? Okay. The commission accepted the 5-year plans method. It began to sanction and disburse grants to universities on behalf of the government. The commission undertakes planning of university education, coordination of syllabi, giving primacy to national needs through education, and the planning and implementation of various schemes of higher education. It has done valuable work in establishing university development councils, centers for advanced studies for postgraduate education, establishing new universities. After the advent of television in India, it initiated the countrywide classroom program, which is telecast by Doordarshan on behalf of the commission. Countrywide classroom means everyone can use that class in order to gain knowledge. National Council of Education, Research and Training, that is NCERT. Okay, National Council. This body was established in Delhi on the 1st September 1961. Its main objective is to help the central government in matters of school education in the context of the comprehensive policy and in implementing educational schemes. The NCERT was given the responsibility of educational research and development, training, extension, educational programs, restructuring of school curriculum and textbooks. It has played a central role in designing school curricula and textbooks with the cooperation of the Central Board of Secondary Education (CBSE). It provides guidance and cooperation in the area of primary and secondary education to the state governments. It has been involved in designing workbooks and handbooks for teachers, in teacher training, in developing teaching learning techniques, and educating and conducting talent search examinations at the national level. SCERT was established in all states on the lines of the NCERT. The Maharashtra State Council of Educational Research and Training was established in Pune. This institute performs various functions such as improving the standard of primary education, in-service training of teachers, training in the areas of syllabi and evaluation, vocational guidance for students after standard 10th and standard 12th exams, and other educational functions. This institute, known as the Academic Authority, it brings out a periodical called Jeevan Shikshan. Okay. Next we shall learn in the next class. Thank you.